Peace and good tides to everyone. On behalf of Group 5, I present to you our chosen topic, which is sexual abuse or sexual violence. For the convenience of our group, we only choose one representative, that is Miss Jessica Anakay. So without further ado, let's get started.
Good day everyone, I am Jessica Joyty Anakay and I'm going to present po our chosen topic which is sexual violence. So, ano nga ba yung sexual violence? Sexual violence encompasses acts that range from verbal harassment to forced penetration and an array of types of coercion from social pressure and intimidation to physical force. So, verbal harassment kasali dito yung paninipol, yung pagsasabi ng, "Huy miss, ang sexy mo naman." Mga ganong bagay na nakakabastos. Forced penetration, yun yung pinilit ka nang makipagtalik. Although ayaw mo, wala kang consent, napilit ka due to coercion and social pressure. Halimbawa dito ay yung manipulated ka, kaya manipula ka, or kaya naman coercion from social pressure, yung na-pressure ka kasi it's either may masamang mangyayari sa'yo, and pag pumayag ka naman doon sa halimbawang rape ka, may magandang effect pero sa'yo as an individual wala. And intimidation to physical force. So dito ini-intimidate ka para pumayag ka, para ma-pressure ka, and therefore magkaroon ng advancement dun sa perpetrator na ma-rape ka. So ano pa nga ba yung sexual violence? Sexual violence include but is not limited to rape within marriage or dating relationship. Ito yung mga na-rape, halimbawa sa context na yung isa marriage na yung asawa ni-rape yung asawa niya or pinilit na gawin yung pagtatalik, although ayaw niya. Sa dating relationships naman, ganun din. Kaso, hindi mo pa siya boyfriend or boyfriend mo na siya, pero pinilit ka niyang gawin doon although ayaw mo. Rape by strangers or acquaintances. Ito yung mga pwede ditong pumasok, yung gang rape or yung ni-rape ng kaibigan. Unwanted sexual advances or sexual harassment. So, dito magde-differ to kung nasa institution ka. Nasa ang institution ka, halimbawa si school, si student, si co-student, kaya si teacher, sexual harass, in-abuse si student, or si student in-abuse si teacher. Sa work naman, si employer, si employee, or si co-employee niya ay na-rape or ni-rape. Sexual abuse of mentally or physically disabled people. Dito papasok yung, siguro na may mga panood na kayong documentaries or TV shows na kung saan feature yung gantong case na ni-rape, specifically yung mga bata na mentally challenged. Rape and sexual abuse of children. Dito naman papasok yung about pedophilia. So, konting information lang about pedophilia is pedophiles were not made, they are born. So, bata pa lang, they have this connecting tissue sa kanila, sa brain ng isang pedophile, and instead na, although same tayo ng brain nila, pareho tayo ng kung ano mang meron yung brain natin, meron din sila. But then, yung wiring na yun sends different message. Kung sa atin, ang sinisend, pag nakita tayong bata, is parental instinct. Sa kanila, it's an erotic or love instinct. Kaya, they were attracted to children rather than to adults or those with the same age as us. Like us. Customary forms of sexual violence such as forced marriage or cohabitation and wife inheritance. Dito papasok dito yung alakatsu sa Kyrgyzstan. Ang other tawag din dun is bride kidnapping. there doon, yung scenario doon sa tradition, it is a tradition in Kyrgyzstan kung saan halimbawa yung isang man ay may natipuhang babae dahil siguro maganda, sexy, friendly, uh, and then pagpaplanuhan nila yun together with his friends or his relatives na kidnapping yun and dadalhin yun sa bahay ng lalaki and ikakasal without asking for consent dun sa parents. Kung nagtataka kayo kung kinukuha pa ba ng magulang yung anak, yes, may time na kinukuha, kaso binabalik din kasi nga, ang sabi dun sa napanood namin video is, binibi pag kinuha mo daw yung anak mo is magkakaroon ka daw ng mag-bring daw yun ng unfortunate circumstances and bad luck sa'yo. Kaya binabalik nila dun sa nang-hit dump or yung asawa. Posting or sharing sexually explicit image or videos of someone with no consent to propagate it. So, dito makikita natin dito yung pang-blackmail, yung ginagamit nila yung mga sex videos, o kaya yung mga nakikita nating scandalous videos sa mga social media sites without the consent of nung tao na mismong nasa video. Here, makikita natin yung diagram tungkol sa magnitude of the problem of sexual violence. So, makikita natin dito yung rape reported to police, rape reported in surveys, and rape not disclosed because of shame, blame, or other factors. Dito, force, makikita natin yung mga criterion of forced sex in marriage and dating, rape by stranger, sexual exploitation resulting from economic vulnerability, unwanted sex agreed to as a result of pleading, blackmail, threat, or trickery. Makikita natin yung mga cases in that criteria na hindi nasabi or na-disclose within the authorities or walang nakaalam. So, lang yung mga rape victims lang yung nakakaalam ay mataas. And rape reported in surveys, yung mga surveys na although hindi naman pinakita yung pagkakilala ng mga tao o ng mga rape victims, ay mas mataas din kaysa dun sa rape reported to police. Nakita natin maliit lang. So, kung i-summarize natin tong diagram, mas madami yung cases na disclose lang dun sa mga rape victims. Hindi nila masabi kasi natatakot sila to be blamed, to be mocked ng ibang tao. When actually, hindi naman nila gusto na ma-rape or ma-abuse by someone. So, papag-usapan naman natin now is the macro-sociology. So, sabi nga dun sa binigay na handout, macro-sociology focuses on the long-term and a larger perspective ng society. So, kasali na dito si social class, sila families, yung mga families, and the organizations to build up our society. So, we believe that there are factors that contribute kung bakit ba nagkakaroon ng sexual abuse sa society, kung bakit nagiging mataas yung cases ng sexual abuse in our society. Traditional gender and social norms related to male superiority. In our society here in the Philippines, not just here, but in other countries, male is viewed as superior. Biniview sila as alpha in our society. So, sa isang family, kunwari, when men are viewed superior or an alpha, kasi nga sila yung head of the family, haligi ng pamilya, it's a sign of masculinity for them. So, parang nakakalakas ng loob, nakakalakas ng pagkalalaki. Wherein, on the other hand, kung yung mga male is viewed as superior, there should be an inferior one. So, sino yun? Yun yung mga women. Women are viewed to be inferior and weak, fragile in our society. So, mahina. wherein there is a traditional gender role about them where they should submit themselves to their husband, and part ng role na yun, kung i-connect natin sa case na to, is to give themselves or to satisfy the sexual gratification of their husband. Second naman is weak community and legal sanctions against violence. So here in the Philippines, we have this under the revised Penal Code RA 8353, also known as the Anti-Rape Law of 1997. Kung makikita natin, although we have this law in our country, pero mabagal yung justice system. And not just here, but in India, for instance, according dun sa documentary na napanood ko, is every 15 minutes, there is a person who is being abused or being raped in India. So, imagine yun, every 15 minutes, may abuse in their country. So, it's a clear manifestation na hindi strengthened yung justice system nila, hindi masyadong tolerate yung ganong acts dun sa country na yun. And therefore, hindi natatakot yung mga perpetrators or yung mga offenders na gawin yung bagay na yun kasi nga medyo maliit yung chances or yung possibilities na masanction sila or makulong sila. Societal mindset about victim blaming and traditional clothing norms. Sa Facebook siguro nakita niyo na yung mga issue about na, ay bakit ganyan naman yung mga suot niya, masyadong revealing, masyadong maikli, naka-spaghetti strap pa. Kaya siya nababastos kaya nasasabihan siya sa comment box na ang sexy mo naman. At kung ano-ano pang mga salita. And doon, makikita din natin yung victim blaming. Halimbawa, may spoke about being raped and yung tingin ng ibang tao sa kanya kasi ikaw naman nagbigay ng motives kung bakit ka na-rape kasi ganyan yung suot mo, masyado kang ganyan, yung mga gawi mo, ganyan. And then, kaya naman, makikita natin dun sa diagram natin kanina, malaki yung mga rape cases na na-disclose lang. Hindi niya nasasabi sa authorities, hindi nasasabi within the police or kahit kanino kasi sa takot na baka ma-blame siya or ma-mock siya ng ibang tao. When actually, wala naman talagang gustong ma-rape. So, next nating sociological aspect is the meso-sociological. Ang meso, dito pag-usapan natin yung mga organizations such as school, workplace, neighborhoods. So, mas complex siya kaysa sa micro and much smaller naman siya when it comes to macro. Sexual violence could happen particularly in small groups or communities like neighborhoods, schools, workplace, and any local organizations. Although different yung places or yung organizations na involved and different din yung mga perpetrators and victims, pero the same within those is that they're all they manifest the sexual violence. So, minamanifest din naman nila na may nangyaring sexual violence kahit may na-abide na law. So, papakita lang no na there is sexual violence that occurred then, although nagkaiba-iba nga lang sila ng situation, ng place, and ng people na involved dun sa situation na yun. Microsociology, sexual violence occurs in a macro level such as in the family or individual relations and acquaintances. The way individuals talk, react, or act in certain issues like sexual abuse that can occur everywhere at any time. So, dahil nga in the macrosociology, sa families, or dun sa small groups na nakapalibot sa isang individual. So, hindi naman siguro lagid sa kaalaman natin na there is sexual violence that occur in a family. So, halimbawa, ni-rape ng father yung anak, or si mother, or si si mother na rape yung anak. So, there are instances na nangyayari talaga yung ganun. Nangyayari yung ganun. And makikita natin na hindi lang to within the society perspective. In the perspective or in the case of society or dun sa ibang organization. Kasi nangyayari talaga siya dun sa bahay. Wherein yung home natin, akala natin is a comfortable place where we feel at peace and we feel safe. Pero nagiging parang hell-like na siya sa atin. Gawa ng mga gantong pangyayari or sexual violence. So, next nating pag-uusapan is the conflict theory. So, dito i-utilize natin ito in our in our chosen social issue, which is the sexual abuse. So, sabi nga, conflict theory, there is something seen to be wrong within our society. Gender stratification in the throwaway culture. Gender stratification, sabi nga natin kanina, men were seen superior and women is seen as inferior. Kaya naman, in our society, dahil nga paniniwalang mahina ang mga babae, kaya sila ay sa sexual abuse. Pero kung titignan naman natin sa ibang perspective, pero connected pa rin sa conflict theory, wherein men were seen more superior, na nagbibigay agad siya ng thinking na yung mga lalaki bastos, ganyan. And actually, it's not just women na rape. There's actually men na tahimik lang, pero they experience to be raped. So, dahil nga, when people view you as alpha, as masculine, although magandang pakinggan sa isang lalaki, hindi ka pwedeng maging mahina. Hindi ka pwedeng ibig mahina. Kaya naman, yung ibang mga lalaki na who experience sexual abuse, hindi nila nire-report, hindi nila kinukwento. Kasi nga, when we see other as weak, there should be an antagonist. There should be someone na nagko-commit nun. Kasi nga, in a conflict theory, we see there is power, there's powerful, there is powerless. Kaya naman, there is colliding between those opinions. So, doon naman sa throwaway culture, kung titignan natin, throwaway, tinatapon na lang. Throwaway, tapon. And, sabi nga, when we consume everything we need, kahit hindi naman natin actually kailangan, iniisip lang natin, it's what we call the wants, other than the needs. Pagkatapos na nating magamit, halimbawa sa object, itatapon na lang natin basta. So, kung i-base natin siya dito sa issue natin, sa sexual abuse, ma-associate siya doon sa objectification. Pag ang tao, tinit mo as isang object, pag napakinabangan mo na siya, pag natapos na yung kailangan mo na satisfied na niya yung gratification na kailangan mo, yung pleasure, itatapon mo na lang siya. Kumbaga, kung titignan natin, yung mga sexual perpetrators, kahit minsan, father yung perpetrator, hindi nila nakikita na anak ko yun, na bata yun, na asawa ko yun. Kasi, they have this in this mind na, I need to satisfy my gratification. I need to satisfy my need. And kapag satisfy na, ito throw away ko na lang yun. Next is theory of structural functionalism. Crimes are inevitable and is normal to our society. Boundary maintenance and adaptation and change is caused by violence. So, sabi nga dito, ni Harold Becker. Ito ay ayon kay Harold Becker na sa structural next nating i-utilize or i-open up na theory is the structural functionalism. So, structural functionalism, according to Emil Durkheim, and nakasulat dun sa handouts na binigay sa atin, uh, the organizations or the components of our society work together to stabilize our society. So, ito, kung i-associate natin sa context na ganito as a social issue, yung mga social issues daw, such as crimes and deviances, uh, they are considered as stabilizers of society. So, bakit kaya? Crimes are inevitable and is normal to a society. So, it is normal daw sa isang society na may mag-commit ng crime and deviances. Kasi nga daw, it is a boundary maintenance and adaptation and change. So, boundary maintenance, bakit kaya? Kasi nalalaman natin yung limitations natin. We know who is the good guy, who is the bad guys. Nalalaman natin what is good and bad. And therefore, we made adaptation and amend laws, nagkakaroon tayo ng laws or ng norms and beliefs na, uy, mali yung ginagawa mo. And change as well. So, pag nag-amend na ng law, nalalaman natin yung mali. So, iiwasan daw natin na may mag-commit ng crimes and deviances. Although, nag-start siya sa pag-commit ng crimes and deviances. Kung bakit tayo nagkaroon ng laws na nagpapatigil ng deviances and crimes na i-commit ng tao. So, next naman nating pag-uusapan is the symbolic interactionism. Crimes and devices are just social constructs. Therefore, no act is criminal. Wait. Therefore, no act is criminal or deviant in and itself. It is the act of labeling or giving meaning which make it so. So, sabi to ni Harold Becker, ayon kay Harold Becker, nagpo-focus siya sa kung bakit nga ba nasisi natin na crimes and deviances yung isang act. And actually, act lang naman siya. Ayon kay Harold Becker, mananatiling act lang yun or actions kung hindi naman natin siya i-consider na crimes and deviances. So, paano nga ba natin nalilabel, yan, labeling, nalilabel yung isang crimes and deviances sa isang society? And kung magbibigay tayo ng isang magandang example, bakit doon sa Kyrgyzstan, yung alakatsu or the bride kidnapping is in as tradition, is parang okay lang namang kidnap ka ng bride, ng babae na hindi mo naman kasintahan, hindi mo naman kilala, or kahit kilala mo, walang consent niya, walang consent ng family. Kaya it's their tradition. It's how it was constructed in their tradition or in their beliefs. Another example is yung controversial bridal market sa Bulgaria kung saan nag-aayos yung mga babae for that annual bridal market at doon pipili sila ng yung mga magulang, pipili sila ng mga possible or prospect na maging asawa or bidder para sa mga anak nila. So, although kind odd, pero part yun ng society nila dun sa Bulgaria.
Salamat Ma'am Jess sa iyong presentation ng ating topic. So, dako tayo dito sa ating huling slide na reflection. Yung tanong sa ating reflection na ito, how does this issue affects you, your decisions, and your choices? Ang buong grupo ay sumagot ng individual pero pinagsama namin lahat after magsagot ng isa-isa. So, ang naging sagot namin ay each members of the group responded in different perspectives. Some said that this social issue affected them psychologically, that they will adjust their own clothing to protect themselves, and would advise the same to their relatives. Some said that they are scared because sexual violence can happen to anyone, maybe on them or their relatives, and what scares them the most was the possibility that the sexual perpetrators could be their own relatives. All of the members gave sympathy to those who were victimized by sexual perpetrators, and the notion or the stigma of the victim blaming. All members expresses full support to break the silence and encourages the victims, whatever their gender is, to speak and bring to justice those who made damage to them. At doon na natatapos ang aming presentation. Maraming salamat sa pagbibigay ng inyong oras at kapayapaan.